What's good, MMA world? MIAB back with another video. Glad so many people tuned into the last video I posted and all the breakdowns and all the shorts I was able to get up. And so many people hit that subscribe button. I'm back with another video. Want to stick to the next UFC card that's coming up and all the information and all the new stuff that happened. Don't want to get too far. Don't want to stick too far in the past. But we're gonna get straight into it. I do want to get into, you already know, the breakdown of Islam and Arman. I mean, it's looking to be a great fight. These stats, I had to break down the stats right here, and this shit is crazy. Let me see right here. Get this fucking photo out of my way. All right, we got striking stats, striking accuracy for Islam. We got 60%. Takedown accuracy for Islam is 54%. It's a good. These are good stats to know because I feel like these are against the best of the best. So it's good to know that he's getting these percentages. The reason I say it is because Armin is 37% and 49%, which I feel like could be a big problem if the fight doesn't work out on the feet and it starts going Islam's way in the striking. What if he isn't able to take Islam down, and then that could go the whole other way. But I mean, altogether, these aren't bad stats. A lot of fighters have a lot of good fighters to be having less good, better set, be having less percentage than this, and still be able to make it happen. So I mean, he might be able to work in Armin's favor. He might be able to get one or two takedowns, or even if he goes for them. But I don't really think he'll go for them in general. At the end of the day, I think it's gonna be a scary fight. Honestly, I think Armin looks very scary ever since his last loss to I mean, after his loss, I mean, these stats are virtually the same. Let's be real. These stats are virtually the same. They're almost like the same fighter. What's scary is that Arman has gotten so much better since the loss and since 2019, and it's almost been like, I mean, since 2019, Arman has fought so many people since then, and so has, I mean, I feel like Islam hasn't fought that many people since 2019, but he has been on a little roll, and he does fight. He does try to fight at least 2 times a year, so you got to give him that too. But I was gonna say that Armin's a scary fighter. I mean, that kick he did on Charles Oliveira was insane. I mean, I don't want to, I wouldn't want to get hit by anything like that. I'm gonna be straight up though. It doesn't really matter how good Armin is because Islam is just that much better. It's scary because he's like a Khabib 2.0, which I don't really know if that means much. But again, I could be a hater. I'm gonna get into like a breakdown of that later anyway. But I'm saying like Islam is such a great striker. He's like he can take it to the ground if he needs to take it to the ground. Whatever he needs to do, he's gonna do to make it a fight, and he's also gonna do whatever it takes to make it a win. He's a nasty striker. His timing is perfect, and when I say timing, I'm talking about just straight knowing if he's losing the battle or knowing if something's not working out and being able to just click it in his brain to just switch the actions so he could just still pull off the win. Like when he choked Dustin out, that that was a good fight. It was a great fight. I mean, it never looked like it was going Dustin's way. I mean, it was guillotine after guillotine after guillotine, but it was just it was about the skill level. The skill levels they weren't even really matched at the same level. So Islam literally went in there to prove that, and that's exactly what he did when he got in there with Dustin, and the way he finished it, it proved that, and that's why he was able to win the award that I had announced the other day that he won because what was it, submission of the year or was it comeback? I think it was submission of the year, and then Brian Ortega got submission comeback of the year. Anyways, you know what I mean. I mean that fight. Like I said, Dustin was going in there too willing to fight, and Islam's always going in there to win. So you can never really go in there with too confident in yourself, and you can never really go in there not too confident in yourself because you will fuck around and get choked out. But you get what I'm trying to say. At the end of the day, since the last time Armin and Islam stepped in the ring, it's literally been almost 6 years. I mean, in the ring, in the cage, and the fact that they've both grown so much and changed so much and learned so much, it's gonna just like I feel like it's destined to be a great fight. Not only that, it's Khabib's gonna be in Islam's corner most likely, and Khabib's gonna be in what, like two other corners that night. So they're gonna have a real locked in night that whole night, and they're gonna make sure that nothing gets in the way of the getting the dub. And I'm sure leaving and proving that Russia's on top or Dagestan's on top because that's just how they are. Um, that leads me into Khabib talking about coaching. He was talking about how he didn't even want to, he didn't really like coaching. I wonder if he even likes being there. I wonder if he even likes being at the cages next to his fighters to even see him fight, even though he doesn't even like coaching in general. I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, it doesn't seem like he really likes to do anything. He joins his career and then he joins the UFC for a couple of years. He doesn't want to do that. He retires and now he doesn't like being a coach and he wants to give up that doing that too. I just feel like Khabib just quickly gives up on everything because that's just the type of person he is. Even though he could do it and he might do it at the best level, he just does it for a short period of time and then he moves on to the next thing before the time is actually. But yeah, I think this fight is gonna be a simple breakdown. I mean, let me see this. See if I can give y'all the actual. They're literally virtually identical. Yeah, what's the reach? What's the reach? 72 reach to 70. Yeah, not a big difference. They're literally the same. And then he's gonna have better takedown and he's gonna have less takedown accuracy. So I feel like that's where the reaches is really gonna come into. And I don't know. We're gonna find out how well Arman can really strike when he goes up against somebody like Islam because when he was fighting against Charles, he was really doing a lot more wrestling than he was striking. So it's gonna have to be a tail to tell, because we got to see how it is when they actually get in the cage. If they're going to be on the ground most of the time, or actually striking, and where his suits are going to be better, or probably on the feet. Hopefully, his does take it to the ground and obviously just finishes him quickly because I think that the longer that the fight goes on, Islam always falls out of shape and he always starts looking more beat up as the fight goes on, and depending against who he's in there with, again, he might look worse and worse, and we might not be ready to see that. And he might not be ready to see that against somebody who's willing to eat that, who's willing to go to those levels and willing to go to those deep, deep waters with him. But I don't know. Again, who am I? Just stating my opinion. That's what I think. I think Arman and Islam's going to be a dogfight. I don't think anything's going to stand in between that. I mean, the built-up history. I know that Arman doesn't seem like it, but I know he really wants to go in there and get that win. And I don't think he's going to let anything in there stop him. I know that the fighting with the fans and all that, that's nothing. This man is locked in. He's gonna come in here and try to beat Islam, and if he doesn't, he's still gonna be okay because at the end of the day, he'll be number two. But at the end of the day, I feel like he needs to win. Somebody needs to go out there and win it. If it's gonna be anybody, it's gonna be this man right here. Arba needs to go in there, but Rob needs to go in there. We need to get two losses for Dagestan and go out there with a win, um, for anybody but them. I'm going against them that day, as much as I didn't ride with them for so long. Just for that night, I have to go against them because I got two of my favorite fighters fighting, and I need them to win. Y'all let me know again in the comments. That's what's gonna help me get the better view on it, better opinion. I mean, not a better opinion, but a better view on what y'all think. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna still think what I want anyway. But at least I'll be able to say who is and what is more important when it comes to winning. Right now, I'm going with my favorites when I do these videos and breakdowns, so that's the way I'm gonna keep it for probably always. Anyways,